horol visual tracking.
Hop on the bus, God's on the move. There's a seat for me. Without you, before we found down the mountain, the river. We will dance on the streets that are gold, the glorious bride at the great southern land.
To license it.
We will call this place our home, the dirt in which our roots may grow. Though the storms will push and pull, we will call this place our home. We'll tell our stories on these walls. Every year measure how tall, and just like a work of art, we'll tell our stories on these walls. Let the years we're here be kind, be kind. Let our hearts like doors open wide, settle our bones like wood. Over time, give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. A little broken, a little new. We are the impact and the glue, capable of more than we know. We call this fixer our home. With each year our color fades, slowly our paint chips away. But we will find the strength and the nerve it takes to repaint and repaint and repaint every day. Let the years we're here be kind, be kind. Let our hearts like doors open wide, settle our bones like wood. Over time, give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. Let the years we're here be kind, be kind. Let our hearts like doors open wide, settle our bones like wood. Over time, give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. Give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. Smaller than dust on this map lies the greatest thing we have, the dirt in which watch our roots may grow in the right to call it home.
Hi, Dave. I'm so excited for you as you move into this new position. When I heard that you were leaving, the memories just flooded back. I thought back when I first met you and Kristen at Homewood Reformed Church, all the things that we've worked on together. You were a lot of fun to work with. We had a ball doing the dramas and Alpha and so many things. So that was great. But what I think of when I think of Dave Izenbart is our friendship. You have always been there for me. You're a source of godly counsel. You have given me so much encouragement over the years. You're a great sounding board. And I always knew that I could count on the truth from you with grace. So thank you for that. You've been with me through all the highs and the lows. You really helped me walk through Faye's death and my parents' death, and I thank you for that. I treasure our friendship, Dave, and I know that it'll go on even though you're moving on. So I pray God's blessing over you. I know He has good things for you. Love you, Dave.
Hey, Pastor Dave. We just want to say thank you just for your committed leadership over the many years. You've been a faithful and steady shepherd to this congregation. You blessed our family in so many ways more than you even know. You're truly an encourager. You love others well. You've taught us much. Truly, you've helped our family grow in love for Jesus. You model following Jesus very well. We know God will continue to use you and your family in big and mighty ways. Love on you, Pastor Dave.
We love you, Pastor Dave.
Bye.
Hi, Dave. We want to thank you for your faithful service to our family and our church family over the years.
Yeah. And also, Dave, thank you for your awesome pulpit humor and your love and commitment to the gospel of Jesus Christ. We want to wish you the best on your new ministry to you and your family.
We love you.
Love you, Pastor Dave.
Hey, Pastor Dave, it's Jenny Amen. I just wanted to say congratulations on your retirement and thank you for setting the foundation of faith in my life. I accepted Christ in your youth group, junior high, and all the Bible studies, the lock-ins, just everything you did for me and all of the youth up until obviously leading Living Springs, which I didn't get to experience, but I'm actually at church early this morning. My husband and I are faithful members here. We've been coming to my church for 13 years now. I just started on staff part-time as a creative arts assistant. I lead worship, and I'm here early because my daughter's leading worship and youth. So I attribute a lot of that to you. I thank you so much. I wish I could be there to celebrate you, but congratulations and job well done.
Hi, Dave. I just want to wish you many God's blessings on your next journey. You've been a big part of our family. I think the whole time you were here, 27, 28 years. You had my kids in youth group. You married Tom and Jill. You prayed over Julie when she was sick, and you just have a big piece of my heart. Wish you well and your family. Love you, Dave.
Hi Dave, it's Megan Helm.
And Sean Whitley.
And we're here to say farewell to you and thank you for all the wonderful, wonderful times and memories and of how you've impacted both of our lives in such a positive way. I was flooded with good memories when I was thinking back on my time with Homewood Reformed Church / Living Springs Community Church, and a few things came to mind. First of all, when I was a mere sophomore in 1995, I started coming to Homewood Reformed Church and joined the youth group SOAR, and you were the youth pastor then. And one thing that stuck out to me was how you got us all to settle down and pay attention. You had us look at your triangle of power. You made this face. I just think everybody who was there then knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it was, it worked like a charm. And there are so many good memories that for time purposes, I think I'll just share that one. And then the other things that really had a huge impact and were highlights were the senior retreat we took with all the SOAR seniors. We went to a lake house and prayed together. And for me, those prayers were oddly prophetic as I went off in my life, especially in my time at college. And you had a big helping hand in getting me there, because I remember I was torn between where to go, and I came to you for counseling, and you were there. You just listened and guided me. Really didn't offer too much sway one way or the other, and I just told you how I felt, and as I heard myself talking, it became clear that I had already made up my mind. And I went to Hope College, and I'm to this day very grateful that I did. And so you were part of that, helping me get to that point. So thank you. And Sean is going to share something now.
Hi, Dave. I know we didn't get a chance to spend a tremendous amount of time together because I moved away from Home and Reform not too long after you started working there. But I remember when you preached, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air that I had always been. I'd always had pastors that stood up in front and spoke, and it was almost like we had to listen to them because they knew what they were talking about. And when you spoke, it was as if it was a friend up there and a real person sharing your interpretation and the things that you I don't know, it was real, and that was the first time I'd ever experienced that, and that came from you. And so thank you very much for that, and for all the things that Megan said. I know you had a tremendous impact on all of her peers and my peers too, and we thank you for that. And we want to say good luck and Godspeed in this next chapter of your life. Wherever you go, you're going to be a tremendous influence and help to whoever you come into contact with. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
Thank you.
And we love you.
Yes, love you.
God bless you.
Be blessed. Go forth. Godspeed.
And all that. Bye.
Hey P. Diddy, J-Lo here. Just wanted to tell you that you have been such an amazing part of my journey of faith and journey of healing from my divorce and starting a new portion of my life. And when I came to Living Springs was kind of when you were getting the baton from Chris, and going through Living Fire with you was literally one of the highlights of my faith walk. And again, just figuring out what to do with my life. And I don't think Living Fire would have been what it was had it not been you leading it. And I was so blessed to be in your group. Some things in particular that I just have always loved about you and will certainly miss having a weekly dose of. You make the gospel approachable, and you make it attainable to anyone. And what I mean by that is you have a way of putting it so that it's not this like high lofty thing that no one, only a few people can get to. It's for everyone. And there's something about your personal style, not just preaching, but just who you are, that just makes it easy to talk to you and easy to learn from you. And that is a true gift. Right along with that, and something I have always said to people about you is that you're transparent and vulnerable. And I remember you've talked about that many times in Living Fire, and how important that is as a leader. that people know that you're human, and you have always done such a good job of bringing that to your sermons and to your teaching and to your relationships. It was never like, here's the pastor, we're the people. You were like in the mire with us, and I so appreciate that. One of the stories you told once that really just touched me was you were talking about being at like a cookout or something for after one of your kids' baseball seasons, I think. And you said that there was like a dad that was he was kind of on the outskirts, and he looked kind of sketchy, and he was smoking, and he wasn't really fitting with the rest of the group, and you didn't go and talk to him. And later on, you were kind of kicking yourself for that. And I'll never forget, you shared that story during a sermon, and I thought, you know what, this dude's for real. Like, just being genuine like that, man, it's refreshing, and it's what gets people to listen to what you have to say and to trust you. So I have so appreciated that from you over the years. Your vulnerability and just being human and funny and relatable. You make the gospel relatable, and you make the stories relatable. So thank you for that. I am so excited for you in your new career, your new ministry. You're gonna rock it. It's like God was setting you up for this, and I just love it. So all the best of luck to you. We will miss you, and you'll always be Diddy, and I'll always be your J-Lo. Peace.
Hey, Pastor Dave. Just wanted, Oogie wanted to he reminded me of the need to do this video. So, but we just really wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you so much for all of your years of service at Living Springs. Honestly, I would not be who I am today without your impact and influence, and just your genuine care and the ways that you nurtured me as a young man in Living Springs. I just think back often to certain moments where I remember in 7th grade in particular, there was a moment when I was really excited about getting a prayer, 24/7 prayer thing started at Living Springs, and I was a 7th grader. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just remember a particular moment there where you said, that's something we probably can't do, but Jesse, I love where your heart's at, and I want you to continue investing into that prayer and investing into what God has for you. And I just really want to thank you, Pastor Dave, for all the years of discipleship group and community group in your home and all that. We just so enjoyed all of our years with you, and I'm really excited for what God has next in this next season. But we love you, and we're so grateful. So blessings to you moving forward.
Hey Dave, this is such a crazy moment to be making this video for your transition out of Living Springs as lead pastor. You have been a youth pastor, a senior pastor, a spiritual father to me. I remember all those years ago in college writing you that letter asking you if you would consider being a spiritual father, someone to call me out, someone to meet up with me, to challenge me and hold me accountable and call me higher. And you took on that role. SOAR exists in many ways because of who you are and everything you brought to the role. This place wouldn't be the same without you. I probably wouldn't be in ministry, nor maybe even saved without your leadership. Thank you for investing so much in me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for fighting for me. Thank you for fighting with me, for God to break in with greater moves of the Spirit and power in amazing ways. And everyone here is so blessed. I know this isn't goodbye. When you took on that role as spiritual father, I know that's in many ways, regardless of how it changes over the years, it's lifelong. And I am so grateful for your role in my life. I'm so grateful for everything you've poured into this next generation. I look at so many you touched and inspired who are in ministry and blessing people today. And so just know that all the small things you did mattered, all the joy, all the fun, all of the great things that you put into others is growing and bearing fruit. And so I just want to say I love you. I want to say I'm thankful for you. And I know God's got even greater things ahead for you. And so God bless you.
Hi, Pastor Dave. It's the Sycamore crew. We just want to thank you for all you've done, not just for Living Springs, but for us as well, baptizing all our kids here, except for this one. We very much appreciate you, and we're going to miss you, and definitely appreciated what you had to say about your perspective on getting to do something versus having to do something. And when we have to say goodbye to you, we get to thank you for all you've done for us and all you mean to us. So best wishes to you and your family on the future.
Thank you, Pastor
Dave.
Thank you, Pastor Dave.
Hey Dave, it's Amy Pagato. When I think back to the time when you first came to Home Reformed, I remember that church culture was shifting. Your teaching reflected an authenticity and relatability that I hadn't personally experienced before. You weren't afraid to share that you weren't perfect and that you had a need for grace that was no different than anyone else. You truly humbled yourself to bring God glory. Your candor shifted my perspective on faith and helped me start to see that faith wasn't about Sunday Christians, having it all together, or a list of check boxes, but simply a relationship with Christ. I was fortunate enough to be at just the right age when you and Kristen made your way to Homewood. And man, those mid to late 90s youth, we were the lucky ones. You gathered up an exceptional group of leaders, and each of you passionately and lovingly led SOAR and poured into our lives. Mission trips, proclamations, lock-ins in the Homewood Reformed basement, a confirmation retreat at Manitoba, love feasts, Ed's retreats, learning the art of duct taping a human to a brick wall. Your steady and goofy leadership fostered lifelong friendships, pointed me down a path of faith, and nurtured a heart of servant leadership. Because of the foundations that you poured those many years ago, I humbly said yes when I was called into ministry. And I can't forget about Kristen. Thank you for opening your home over and over to a bunch of rowdy teenagers, for tolerating our silliness, our piles of snacks, too much Mountain Dew, and a whole lot of you too. Thank you for trusting me to care for your babies, for that ever-present smile and your seemingly endless kindness. I'm blessed that my kids now get to experience Jesus' love shining through you as your students. Dave, as you move forward into what's next, I pray that you find peace and renewed passion. I am confident in this, that he who began a good work in you will be faithful to carry it on to completion until the very moment when Jesus returns. See you around.
It was 1994 when our story began. As the administrator of Homewood Reformed Church, our youth pastor left, and we formed a search committee to replace him. I first met you during the interview process, and then we had a staff dinner with you. I will never understand why this California dude with blonde hair and a tan would want to relocate to cold, snowy Illinois. Well, we knew how that search went. It was a perfect fit. You asked me to look for a home to rent for you and Kristen. As I recall, I did find the perfect home in Homewood. Little did I know you had a king-size waterbed. As well as you remember, the waterbed fit in the bedroom, but I don't think any other furniture could fit. And then there was Kristen's baby grand piano. Well, we got it in as well as your other furniture. You brought good changes to HRC. After all, a dude could not be a youth pastor to a group called Reformed Church Youth Fellowship. You changed the name to SOAR, Sold Out and Radical for Christ. I think back on how you ministered to all those students. Then there were the Chili Jubilees, the numerous skits performed by the staff. Remember the Gilligan Island spoof? And the best was of you and Pastor Chris doing a spin-off of Saturday night's Wayne's World. I believe Chris was Wayne and you were Garth. We brought down the house with that one. You were a natural. Then there was Bible Times Marketplace. I never knew what Bible character you were until you came down from your office in your costume. So much ministry happened there, and how those children's lives were impacted. Many of those children are involved in ministry today. Then there was the time your office was decorated in honor of your birthday. Decorations included a toilet seat with a crown on it, an inflatable birthday cake, streamers, and the room filled with balloons. All I can say, Dave, is that the culprits who decorated that room were full of hot air. You always took Friday as your day off. I can remember on several occasions you are racing down the stairs from your office screaming, "Linda, I geeked! I geeked!" We needed to change the bulletin, just as we were about to go to press. Dave, I do remember so many more lighthearted memories, but I also remember all the ministry that happened at HRC and LSCC. We shared joys, tears, witnessed loss, and all those that came to know Jesus as their personal Savior because of you and Chris. All the weddings, the baptisms, the funerals, and most importantly, we were a body of Christ. Tearing down the old HRC buildings and building the new LSCC building here in Glenwood. We were all involved in the process. Dave and Kristen, I was there in the beginning of your call to this church, saw your family grow, even watched your hair loss, and lived through all your jokes. I am so sorry that we can't be with you today as you leave to go to other opportunities. I am honored to have been able to serve with you for 13 years of my 25-year career at the church. Dave and Kristen, may God bless you, Josh and Kennedy, Caleb and Annika, and know that you are forever in our prayers and thoughts. You are family, and we love you, guys.
I'll never forget you with the youth group, running around like a kid that actually you were. And then when we tore down the old building, the old church building, and all the work that was done on the new building. We are sorry that we can't be there today, and wish you just nothing but the best.
Bye, Dave.
Well, Dad, as your journey with Living Springs comes to an end, I've done a lot of reflecting back on all the good memories, all the good fun that we had growing up at the church and going there every Sunday and doing the Sunday school activities all that. And all that is because of, your hard work and the rest of the church's hard work to make that a place that was special for people like me and for the rest of the church community. And I think a lot of people are definitely have been moved by what you've done, and it's I definitely was one of them. So I'm sorry I can't be there with you. I'd love to be there to see you off on your final adventure at Living Springs. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon, Dad.
Hello, Dave. This is Sharon Ruane, aka Sharonius Vercoy. That's what you've called me over the years. I'm standing in my front porch with the beautiful sunset in back of me, and may this transition into your next phase be gloriously colorful and refreshing. like this sunset. And now I will give you a parting gift. Dave, you've guided us along many peaceful waters, stormy seas, and you've guided us into safe harbors. As you've been at the helm of Homewood Reformed Living Springs for so many years. And I was there the first Sunday that you came and played your guitar. And I've loved you every minute. And so as you continue to guide and steer your next phase, may God be your lighthouse, always guiding you into the safe harbor. I love you, Dave.